ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to get underway. Everyone can find their seats and remember to enjoy the show. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome to...
Hey everybody! Hey
Welcome to the show! Hey everyone, welcome to Coming of Age.
Welcome.
My name is Alan Loosebrock.
And my name is Chase Cummins.
And we have a wonderful guest, Chase's brother, on the podcast today.
my little brother.
Hey guys, how's it going?
This is Michael.
Michael.
Mike for short.
You can call him Mike, email him.
Do you prefer that or do you prefer Michael?
You can call me whatever you want.
Michael is the
Chef
archangel.
Mike, Big Sugar, I mean, whatever.
Big Sugar? Why would I ever call you that? Fuck
I
you.
like it, you should.
All right, Big Sugar.
That's what they call him in the restaurant is.
He's just so sweet.
Oh my.
Big.
You'll see when we post the picture. He's fat as fuck.
The biggest motherfucker. Of course, he's a chef.
Never trust a skinny chef. I mean, what can I say?
That's very true. Or a fit one, or one that goes to the gym.
Yeah. Or one who is anything but fat.
Everything. He has everything.
He has to be a fat man.
All right. Did you guys watch anything lately that you want to talk about?
Have you seen Sharp Objects?
Who?
Sharp Objects.
No.
I actually have, yeah.
Yeah, did you watch it?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was, I mean, half the episode was just Amy Adams getting drunk, but
Yeah,
it
but
was
like
a
in a
great
really
episode.
good way.
Oh, that's the, it's a new television show.
On HBO.
Only one episode out?
2.
2 eps.
I have not seen the
It's-
second one.
As of this episode, probably a lot more.
There's it's a slow burn. So the second episode's a little slower than the first, but it gave you a lot more story. And it's an 8-episode miniseries. So the whole thing will be told. And it is very promising.
That's cool. I might watch it. Maybe Amy Adams will turn around for me, but man, really not a fan.
What?
Really?
No.
Okay,
I
what
love that reaction.
what movies?
What? No.
What
What
don't
do you
like?
dislike about Amy Adams?
Just Amy Adams' face and her talking.
I love her. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, no.
I think she's great.
The
honestly.
Master.
Can't do it. I like her in The Master a lot, but still, I wish
I
wish
enjoyed
it was
Arrival
just someone
quite a
else
bit.
doing the great job.
I don't feel that way at all. I completely disagree with you. I completely disagree.
She's just one of those people. I'm like, oh damn, why'd this movie have to have Amy Adams?
I love her,
I
man.
thought she was great. Like Nocturnal Animals is Amy Adams, right? Like,
Yeah, she's
that was
fantastic.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I didn't finish that movie. The sound was like all crazy on the version that I got.
Yeah, the one I watched, it was all off. Like the sound was off. But Jordan and I watched it still with the sound off, and we were like offset, and we were still in it. It was fucking crazy. Like it made us so uncomfortable.
I could not.
Like we just did it, and I fucking love that movie.
It was so long.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's long, and you sat through that.
Yeah. It didn't matter. It was that.
It was that
good.
fucking good.
It was that fucking good.
Well, I want to watch it. I'm just saying, like, she's in a lot of good shit. I realize this, but man, oh man, I don't like that actress showing up in my fucking movies. Okay,
I just don't agree. I like
It's
when
fine.
I hear her name. I'm like,
that's
I'm gonna see
all
that shit.
right.
I know.
Chase, it's all right.
I'm just saying you might enjoy sharp objects.
Oh yeah, I'm down to watch it. It's like I'm so far behind on everything, and I'm never gonna catch up. And it's fine.
None of us.
I'm just watching Adventure Time now.
None of us are gonna. I'm never gonna catch up on Adventure Time. There's so much more shit since the last time I saw that.
Yeah, you are. Every episode is 11 minutes.
Yeah, but
You know, there's 26 episodes in each season, but
yeah,
You
it's
got
a lot,
it.
and there are quite a few seasons now. I watched like the first 4 or 5, and I was like,
every Saturday for the next 4 years.
It'll be fun.
You might get there.
Okay, they're about to end Adventure Time.
Are they?
Yeah, it's about to have the series finale. It's gonna
Wow.
like wrap everything up.
That's awesome.
They have a pretty linear plot, so I'm interested to see where it's going and where it's gonna end.
I thought you'll never catch up. Though.
I'm never gonna catch up.
But
I'm interested. I'm not interested. This is the
I
problem.
would like to catch up.
This is the problem. Like, there's too much. We're being flooded.
What else have you watched?
So we watched a movie called Caliber on Netflix on the recommendation of Stephen King,
Yes.
and it was fantastic. Crazy, scary, and uncomfortable, and that's what we were looking for.
We were looking to be uncomfortable on a Saturday night together as one.
Yes. We're also watching RuPaul season 10 because we like to combat the uncomfortable feeling with some real nice feelings.
How far are you into that?
Like 7 episodes. Like halfway.
Awesome. Dude, Vixen is such a bitch.
Vixen is a bitch. Fucking the Vixen is such a bitch. And I like Aquaria. I think
Aquarius is fucking
awesome.
real as fuck.
And Miss Cracker.
The best queens are real. Michael, have you ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race?
I have not, no.
We're trying to get everybody on the train.
Yeah,
It's a very entertaining
We've talked
show.
about it several times on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to the podcast, but not religiously. I haven't caught every episode.
Well, fuck you. Why
I don't listen to the show.
All right, fuck it.
I don't expect you to listen to that. I just was wondering just because of it exists in the world.
Yeah. I was just saying for the viewers who are following us, I know we've talked about this quite a bit.
Okay, so hang on. So what was the name of it again?
It's called RuPaul's Drag Race.
All right.
Have you never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
So
Know
it's-
nothing about it.
So it's like America's Next Top Model, but with drag queens.
Okay.
And it's
Very
VH1
self-aware.
show?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
VH1.
Okay.
RuPaul is this incredible drag queen, and he's fucking awesome.
He's been around
as
forever.
shit. He's sassy as fuck. He's smart as hell, and he gives these women fantastic advice for like life.
Yeah.
And it's
The whole show-
amazing to see.
the whole show
It
is
really
about
is
love.
legit, like real and good as fuck.
It's like the most positive endorsement I've ever heard for a VH1 show.
It's the most
No, for
awesome
sure.
VH1
Absolutely.
show,
I
yeah.
do not watch like
No, it's-
anything on VH1.
I don't even watch reality
If that
shows.
show just happens to be on VH1 because it is like a reality show, and it is like it does feel like that, it looks like that.
But it's
But
self-aware.
It
and,
transcends.
like, yeah, it has this super positive message, and like they get catty, and there's all this drama that goes down, but at the end of the day, everybody fucking loves each other, and that's the whole fucking point.
Pretty much,
he
yeah.
ends every episode saying, "How the hell are you gonna love?" What does he say?
You can't love
Each
yourself,
other.
how the hell are you
gonna
gonna
love
love
somebody
someone
else? Yeah, that's it. If you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love someone else? Can I get an amen?
Oh, amen.
Yeah. And then they all dance. And they
His
play.
last one, they all dance.
Yeah. And it's so great. But like that's the message.
Yeah,
So
it's fantastic, but also on the other side of it, they are drag queens, and they create incredible outfits that you're just like, if you're into like costuming or just like
pageantry.
just
like
shit like that. I'm not like into that, but I'm so into it now. Just because it looks so good.
it's so artistic.
It's just artistic
yeah.
expression.
They're given like themes and they have to like interpret those themes and make these like incredible dresses.
Some
And,
people suck fuck, and it's hilarious.
yeah, it's funny. Like, and there's so much humor to it. Like, so they all throw shade, which is like they throw like insults at each other in like a friendly way, but like they can get fucking brutal throwing shade. And so the shitty queens are there.
Well, I think reading is the friendlier version of
Reading
that,
is
and then shade is like not cool. Like
Shade
they
is
like,
like
call
actually-
shade on each
yeah,
other. Like
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you.
Man, you throwing shade. This bitch throwing shade.
Really, if you should watch Paris is Burning.
Yeah, there's a documentary, Paris is Burning, that's like a really good introduction to drag culture if you don't know anything about
And it's
drag
just
culture.
cool.
I
it's
really
like
don't.
it's like I didn't know that much about it at all. Like fucking 2 months ago.
And you can still become a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race without having the context of Paris is Burning. But like they do reference that movie quite a bit, and it explains a lot of the terminology and the history and the roots of the scene and just everything about it.
It's cool.
Yeah, well,
as
I mean,
fuck.
if I ever have time, which I almost definitely won't. I'll try and check it out.
You do this
Okay.
week. Time to learn.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I want to spend my vacation.
Just watching movies with us.
Just learning about drag.
We're gonna do a podcast every night.
Every night we're gonna make you watch RuPaul's Drag Race season
Every
9.
episode.
every episode, and wherever we're at in the day, we're gonna do a podcast on those episodes.
Just like eating fucking food. Like, so anyway, I gotta go take a shit. You guys take over. Guys, I really need to take a shower.
We have to wait until Sasha Velour. Her dresses are incredible.
Yeah, I haven't watched fucking shit. Literally just been watching Adventure Time and RuPaul's Drag Race, but like season 3.
Oh, you're going back.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I've watched recent stuff, but I need to go back. All the self-referential shit. I want to know.
I want to know what they're talking about.
The first 2 seasons are crazy.
They're in
Those
his
are-
garage.
They're very low quality, and like the cameras are even like the lighting is just like it looks like it's like hazy and like glowy. It's shitty as fuck.
I worked with a guy who was directing an episode of television. The episode of television I was working on, and he was a like camera guy on that first season of RuPaul.
Huh.
He was like talking about what it was like to work on that first season. It was like out of his RuPaul's garage essentially. And
Sounds very like. I bet it was great just because RuPaul is who she is.
yeah, he said it was the best experience of his life. He was saying
It's funny.
Yeah, he was saying that like he was one of the only straight guys there, and there was like a moment when they were all talking, and they were like, you know, we like hired you to be here, and he was like, no, like why am I like one of the only straight guys here? Why'd you guys hire me? And they were like, we just wanted to like we want straight people to come in on this culture and be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like we want it to be for everybody, and we wanted to like kind of like show you what this is about, and that it isn't like as scary as it like people make it out to be.
Yeah, some people.
And he was just like, it was so awesome. And then that's reflected in season 9 when they bring the crew in that one episode.
And that one big dude, that big camera guy, pretty sure that guy's fucking awesome.
He like showed up in the finale in drag. He was awesome. Yeah, and it was it's all about inclusion and shit. I fucking love RuPaul.
Oh,
Well, sounds good. I mean, I'll check it out. You convinced me.
this is like a super positive show. I gotta check it out.
It's a good one.
It really will make your life better.
No, it will.
Especially if you bring on other people to it. Like, watch it again. Always, do you watch a lot of stuff alone?
I'm alone or with my roommate. Mostly.
Sure, you're saying.
I tend not to go out to go watch something.
Same. I do the same.
I just Skype with friends and watch shit. All right, 3, 2, 1,
Hit
play. No,
This is not synced, bro.
I can hear your shit a second before.
Damn
Goddamn
The
computer's
fucking
lagging.
echo.
I know you paused it to go to the bathroom. Don't fucking lie to me.
Where are you, bro?
Are you seeing this shit?
Goddamn Decepticons did it again.
Dude, Anthony Hopkins is in this movie. What's going on?
Was he in Transformers?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Was he really?
Yeah. Several of them.
Have you seen that video Dina just showed me and Travis? It's like Anthony Hopkins used to write music, or he
Yeah.
still does.
Yeah, but
he wrote a symphony.
And they
Did you
played
see
it
that?
for him.
Yeah, I
I've
saw
seen
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. He looks like he's like dressed up like the Mask.
Yeah. Kinda.
In the crowd.
Doesn't he like cry in that video? Like he gets emotional?
He doesn't look like he's crying, but he looks very happy.
pleased.
Yeah.
And like you just, I don't know. He looks like he's having a life moment, and it's awesome.
That would be a life
Yeah,
moment.
Yeah,
for sure.
like-
But you can see it on his face, and
Yeah.
you're like, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, oh, fuck
he
yeah.
cares.
We watched Silence of the Lambs again the other night, and that movie's so fucking good.
It is
Oh,
It's
it really
so
is.
fucking good.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
haven't watched it in a while.
it's a perfect movie, perfectly directed. It is so artistic, but like it's not conventional at all. But like it just is easy to digest. So fucking good.
That cum isn't easy to digest.
Well, the subject matter is not easy to digest, to be honest. Yeah. People are eating people and coming on people and killing people and sewing bodies into suits and shit. But like, it's so fucking good. Like,
it is really good.
So good. Oh my god! I could do a whole podcast on Silence of the Lambs. I'm sorry. I could get into all the fucking themes and the like feminism and like fucking positive bullshit that's in that. It's so good.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
next time.
Yeah. One day. That's why I'm saying it now that I'm not going to do that. Just Anthony Hopkins is crazy.
He is crazy. The Mask.
He's awesome.
He believes Breaking Bad's the greatest TV show of all time, and I might disagree with him.
Breaking Bad?
He wrote Bryan Cranston and said that his portrayal of Walter White was the greatest performance he'd ever seen in his entire career, in his entire life.
Maybe he's right.
I don't know, man. He was in The Lion in Winter. He was in some of the greatest fucking films of all time. He's some of the greatest performances ever. I don't know if you can say, right? Like, Bryan Cranston's great as Walter White, but I don't know if he's...
Well, through his eyes, that is saying something, though.
I mean, he definitely
did a huge compliment.
Fucking amazing performance with Breaking Bad. I don't think it was like the most well-written show in the world.
It definitely fumbled, but like, yeah, great performance.
I mean, and it was super entertaining.
It was pretty good, though.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Bryan Cranston,
back,
I'm not knocking it at all.
No, I'm not trying to criticize Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was good, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, what the fuck, Anthony Hopkins?
Jesus.
You can't just go around saying shit like that.
People are going to think it's fact.
Bryan Cranston is a god.
Anthony Hopkins said it. It must be true. We got to worship him.
I wish, like, isn't it weird that he like blew up, but he blew up like totally typecasted.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of always a little like shadier character.
But then you see Elephant Man, and he's like this very pure character.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's like goes back and forth in his career. He kind of did everything. But
I mean, Malcolm in the Middle was like earlier.
Though,
we're talking about Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I was talking about
Bryan Cranston.
Oh, I was thought you were trying. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I wasn't.
No, I lost the track of that. I'm sorry. He wasn't in Elephant Man.
Yeah, I was trying to like. Elephant Man was a while ago.
I've never seen it, so I'm gonna move past that.
But yeah, that's whatever. Let's talk about Tampopo.
Yes.
Tampopo. This is a big moment for me. I've been wanting to do this movie for a long time now on this podcast. I'm glad we're doing it.
Let's sink in.
It's good.
Take a moment.
Oh, finally. Finally. All right, so...
Better get it right.
Gotta do it right. All right, so as we go into this movie, this is part of our food and sex series. And this movie really fits the fucking bill. Incredibly well. It is a movie
through one aspect.
A couple of scenes. It is definitely about food. It is supplementarily about sex and life and death and everything else, but it's pretty fucking great. So as we start this segment, I will say that our guest today, Mike, as he prefers, or sugar baby.
Big sugar.
Big sugar.
That was it.
Yeah, he ain't no baby, dude.
Yeah, ain't no big sugar over here. He's a professional chef, so he's gonna kind of enlighten us on the food aspects of the film.
Yeah, because he's a ramen chef.
Was not. I was in culinary school and I worked on a ramen truck.
Hey,
but
ramen truck.
The owner of the truck was the
on
Cuisines
the
of
second
Asia
floor of the science
instructor
building.
in culinary school. So I mean, probably the best person to work for a ramen concept.
All right.
Moving on.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So we've established he has knowledge and experience.
Very basic, almost non-credentials.
Normal ramen for normal people. Okay, come on. But Tampopo means dandelion, which Just gotta say, and it's fucking awesome. Later, the image they make on Tampopo's ramen house.
Yes.
It looks dope as fuck.
Yes.
I just love this. I haven't watched a Japanese movie. I haven't watched like a foreign film, I feel like, in a while. Probably just for whatever foreign film we did last time.
Satirigon.
Yeah, that's probably the last foreign film I saw. I don't know. But I don't know. They're just so fucking great. This film's so classic, and
Yeah.
God, I just want to watch it so fucking much.
Yeah, it's like I want to rewatch it. Like I want to see it again.
It's so funny, and it's like super Mel Brooksy kind of like. It gets real silly, but like just brings it back, like and like brings you into this cinematic, beautiful world that like has so many themes, and then like cuts it and goes back to like crazy ass humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird and awesome.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Like
It definitely has like a rhythm to it, and like they lighten the mood so much, but then they get so cinematic. There's so many moments in this movie where you're like, that's like pure cinema. That's and it plays into these like archetypes of these different kinds of genres. They have the gangster film or the Yakuza film and the American Western and the spaghetti Western, kind of all on display in these different ways, but they're incorporated in these really like creative and unique moments. And then they cut all of that with this like really, really funny, silly humor when they have like these sound effects and like
Yeah, right. When they're slurping the noodles and it's like,
it's on a bloop.
but it's like that's how it is in one scene, you know? And
yeah,
it's
exactly.
like,
it's not like a recurring thing,
exactly.
like it's just that one time. Like, especially like I love that it's not ever like these are the funny people, these are the serious actors. It's all like shifting, like blending together. Like even like the bad guy, like there'll be just him dying was like super dramatic.
Yeah.
And then him just explaining how he wanted to eat
This like yam infested boar intestine. Like.
yeah, yam infested boar intestine.
Infested.
I
Well,
know,
yeah,
but
not
that's
infested,
a good way to
but-
put it.
Yeah.
That's a really
Yam
great.
stuffed boar intestine. It's
And
like
he's-
yam sausage.
And he's explaining it in such a serious manner, but it's so funny that he's just dying, and it's his last breath. He's like, "I wish I could eat this thing with you," and he's explaining the entire thing.
You have to eat it while it's hot.
And the performance and the way it's shot so beautiful though that
Exactly.
you're like in it, and you're in the rain's
You're
falling
in it,
down.
and
The
you
way
believe
that-
him, and you're like, but it's also slightly fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, what the?
like this is like your dying moment.
And then he has that great line where he's like, he tells her to shh, and he's like, "My final film is starting," which is a reference to the very beginning of the movie where he totally breaks the fourth wall and he like addresses the audience.
We're
right
also
off the bat.
watching a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Yes.
and he like passing the movie that we were just watching. So like he dies right in front of the story that we've been seeing, and then there's this like great like it all comes together in this weird like coincidental filmic way. And he says that line and dies, and then the fucking transition is like Looney Tunes, and it is hilarious.
It's just like super
Yeah.
whimsical.
It's-
Like zoom in and it's just
so
done, and you're back
funny.
to the movie. Like,
Oh my god! All those little vignettes throughout the entire movie
Yeah,
yeah, the
are
little like
so cool.
wipe of the camera.
You're like wondering, like at the beginning, you're kind of. At least I was wondering. I'm sure you were too, Michael. If like these characters are gonna be like part of the film, like
Right, yeah,
these
because
scenes,
the
like,
first
matter, but,
like three
they're all
scenes
just
were
kinda-
all like mixed together. Like
Yeah.
you're like, which part is the real movie? Like,
Yeah.
what's
Which
the
one do I
storyline
follow?
I'm
All of
supposed to
them?
follow?
Okay.
Like,
But then, like, obviously, you catch on. It's so good. There's so many good ones. I love it.
they're all good.
the old man teaching the young guy how
Yes,
to
they
eat
are all
ramen was just like
Just at the very beginning.
Yeah, that was like the perfect
well,
start
that's,
to it.
That's
like,
Gun. That's
Yeah.
Goro's friend. And like
Yeah.
it's when he's like reading the book.
Yeah, and then he's like in the scene.
Yeah,
and,
and
like,
He's
scene
like
is of him,
in the
yeah.
scene learning from the sensei. Oh my god. It's so good. And he's just like, tap the beef.
tap it 3 times.
Is there any significance? No.
just draining the liquid off.
Yeah. God, it's so awesome.
But he's like telling him like to rub the pork, and like apologize and like show your affection and then like move it to the side.
Yeah.
And like
Start with the noodles, but as you're slurping the noodles, make solid contact with the pork.
yeah.
Give it your affection.
Yeah.
It's so, dude, it's so funny. I fucking love that. And then it straight up turns right away into a Western right after that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect, but like when they get to that ramen bar.
Yeah, and he walks in, and it's like walking into those old saloons.
Yeah.
He's got the cowboy
It's
hat
like
on.
real tight, and like everybody's like, looks like they're fucking ready to throw down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck? That shit's so good. It's so awesome.
It's so great, and there's so much tension in each of those scenes, and then it like diffuses it so well with comedy, because like in that scene, the drunk guy like starts mouthing off to Tampopo, and we don't know these characters yet, and he's just like, come to Paris with me, quit what you're doing, why the fuck aren't you letting me buy you out, you stupid, kind of thing. And then Goro,
yeah.
he picks the little like
fish cake.
yeah, with the little pink spiral and flicks it on his nose. It's the
And it's the best timing.
Yeah.
The comedic timing in this movie in general is incredible. It is so
Yes.
on
And
spot.
like the sound effects like just added to it. Too.
Yeah.
It's like that flop, like, it's like a cartoon. Like
yeah, it felt like watching it animated. Yeah.
It's so good. Oh my god. Like he's just like shocked as fuck, like with the audience.
It's like, oh my god. Yeah. And then they all go outside to fight, and it like the camera doesn't show the fight, it kind of shows the shadows, and then it just zooms in on Tampopo and Tobo. And like you even commented when we were watching it, you were like, oh, it's just a fucking old movie, not even gonna show the fight. Like as a joke. And like it's like, that's so true though. This is better. Like
It's
seeing
so
them
much better.
react to it, and then like seeing how it pays off later on in the film, and we get that whole fight sequence later on between the drunk guy and Goro, and that makes up for not being able to see a fight for sure. It's like one of the best scenes in the movie.
It is, yeah. It's fucking great because it's also comedic.
yeah, the
It's
fight's
funny.
pretty funny to
Yeah.
watch.
They just tire each other out, and
Yeah.
then they like become friends through it. They just like grow together.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
man, you're pretty good at fighting.
Which we see again with like Tobo and the bullies that are beating him up, and then he finally beats them up, and then they're all friends at the end.
It's very true. I saw that as well. Also, let's mention fucking hilarious that they're all in the rain beating up a kid
With
and
umbrellas.
They're holding umbrellas, beating someone up. Like, what the fuck?
They wanted to beat him up, but they didn't want to get wet. We gotta stay dry.
Just like in the rain, like with an umbrella, just like don't
It's like,
fucking-
let him go home.
Just like, just keep on going.
yeah,
whatever.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I don't fucking stand around in the rain, beat someone up.
Yeah, like he did nothing. You have too much.
But
in
yeah,
common.
it is awesome how like they're all like I even mentioned that too. I was like, what is this, a fucking free for all? Like they're all like later on in the movie, they're all just beating each other up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just
It's like
fighting.
he's just one of them,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's
And he wins.
I love that.
Yeah. It's sorry. It's like when we were kids. I mean, that's how I used to fight when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Holy shit! Yeah,
It's
we
just-
used to fight all the time.
Yeah.
It's just not like what I expected. I suppose I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, this film is fucking just way too good.
It just subverts all the expectations and but in like really great ways.
Yeah,
Where,
it does it in like
yeah.
a very like that was like just a very real life
yeah,
thing that was just like, oh, fuck
yeah. It kind of grounds the movie a little bit. Like, yeah, and it also ties back into the fight we see with Goro and the drunkard. I don't remember his
I'm not
his
sure
name.
what his name is.
It's something really silly. I remember like he says it after they
Yeah,
get into their
piss.
fight.
Oh, yeah. I think I wrote it down actually somewhere around there. It was like piece something, but whatever. It
It's like
doesn't
piss
matter.
key.
Oh yeah, piss bay or something.
Piss
like
can.
Piss
Piss
can.
can. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
it. I think
it's
that's
piss
it.
can. But let's talk about how about that vignette with the businessmen,
Oh my god.
where all the businessmen
yes,
go
yes.
and they all have French menus. So fucking awesome. So like I'm assuming like that guy who walked in with his son is like the head of all of them or something, and that's like his heir.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
It's
but
kind of
that's
implied
just,
that way because like one
you
of
can
them's-
just kind of do whatever you want with your mind. It doesn't matter.
Well, the way that like he smacks him in the back of the head and then
Yeah.
like keeps hitting his leg and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think this kid's like kind of like a fuck up and
yeah,
stuff.
he like drops all the
Yeah.
shit when he walks.
I
in.
almost like thought of it as that he was like the assistant, like the like the coffee boy kind of deal.
Yeah,
and like
I thought that at the beginning.
And then like he was just like they just abused the shit out of him, and then he was like had the opportunity to like show him up at the table. And
True,
it's
yeah.
like yeah. It was like fuck you, like you treat me like shit, kind of spiteful move.
It's so awesome, and he knows he's not fucking fitting the bill. It's so good. Oh my god. So like the fucking old guy is just like, I love how it starts. It's just like, just give me some time to look over the menu. Next guy's like, I don't know what I want. Oh my god, so fucking awesome.
Well, and they all order. What do they?
Well, yeah,
order?
the first, well,
They
the
ordered
head
the
guy.
Dover sole with consomme and
no salad.
Yeah, it's like no salad. I'll have the consomme.
and they all get a Heineken beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, the beer sounds good. Fuck.
And then the kid shows him up by knowing all the French, and he orders like
Three-course meal. It's
like
so
something escargot, and then he gets like he gets the salad, which is like in opposition to everyone else. They all get the soup.
Yeah, with apple and walnuts and like
the Waldorf salad essentially, and like
orders like some wine. It's all
Yeah,
like
vintage
1980.
wine. Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's like some Bordeaux from 19. I think it's the same wine that they reference later in the film
with the
homeless guy.
people.
Yeah,
I think so,
I think it is
actually.
the same wine, and so it was like he got the wine bottle from Outback.
that's so interesting. That's awesome. That fucking scene is hilarious. As
Yeah.
shit too,
With
but
all
it's
the homeless
also
people.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like every scene in this movie is
Yeah.
exactly like that.
I was just like totally not expecting like after he orders all the food and then like the camera pans up and everybody's face is just like this like cartoon color of like bright red and orange.
I was like wondering, do they just do that with makeup? It looks so fucking great.
Yeah, they
Yeah, it
essentially look like they
it's
painted
like
them red.
yeah.
yeah,
And then
it was like so over the top, but it looks like a practical effect. Like it was like
was
they
totally-
actually just like painted them.
Yeah, that's totally what they did. It looked almost like Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, but like a lighter shade.
Yeah, more blended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're embarrassed.
No, it's not Satan.
It's not Satan. They're not caked on red, but it looks like they definitely look like there was makeup on their face. And then I love how it follows the waiter, and he goes out, and then it goes to the like school of like girls learning how to
Like,
eat spaghetti.
etiquette. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like the American or the big fat white guy, and he's just slurping down his spaghetti and
Spaghetti.
his spaghetti, and
Skitty, dude. Come on.
and it's like timed every time when she's talking about never slurping. It's
Yeah.
the teacher. I love that scene.
It's so good, and I love how it's only that one part's when it gets really like annoying to her, to the teacher, where like the slurping literally does not match up with anything the guy's mouth is doing, and it's just like
It's
fucking
just this,
like
like insane sound effects. Like,
yeah, it's just crazy sound effects. Like someone's just triggering this fucking sample, like
Yeah.
in the
They
craziest
just
way.
layer that same sound over and over again.
It's like, oh shit. There's so many like slurping sounds that are just. Ooh.
Yeah, and then like once her class is
fucking
just
worst.
like, fuck it, like I could eat spaghetti so much faster if I do it like that, and they all just start slurping, and then she just like goes into it. And,
Well, then it's like mirrored with like the way they eat the ramen. They all slurp the ramen. And
Yeah.
it's like the right way to eat it, and like it's all about like enjoying your food.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no etiquette in enjoying your food, but there is, but it's like just to enjoy it.
Yes.
yeah, I
To
agree.
appreciate it.
I didn't catch that when I was watching it, but yeah, I think that was definitely like an underlying point of
Yeah, the
that
indication.
scene is like the
I was
etiquette
like,
doesn't matter.
Fuck it.
Yeah, just fucking eat this and make it good. We'll eat it right.
Okay, now take about 3 or 4 noodles onto your fork and spin them. Is everyone feeling good about this? It's just like I'm about to eat 4 noodles and I'm preparing for 4 minutes.
I just want to shovel this into my mouth.
Even if the smallest noise is taboo,
Oh yeah, she says that.
and then
Try
the
to
guy
make
is
it
just like,
least amount of noise as you can. Good lord. Okay, so that's right after that is the first time we fucking see bad guy man,
Oh, Mr. Gangster, yeah.
Mr. Gangster Boy with his lover.
Yeah, it follows another waiter up to their suite.
Yeah.
I thought it was the same waiter.
It might have been the same waiter, but
Probably.
it's just like a continuation of that.
Yeah, like they kept following the same waiter up. And...
It's awesome.
Anyways, yeah,
It's
great
so
transition.
Cool. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But that's when they're doing all the like food stuff, like dipping her nipple in
Cream.
Like whipped cream, yeah.
stuff. I don't even remember. Was the honey thing during that
Yeah.
too?
Yeah,
That was incredible.
Yeah,
That was
that
a great
shot
shot.
was incredible.
Yeah, the shot was awesome.
So incredible. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But then when he grabs the shrimp and like
Puts the bowl on her stomach.
okay, I was honestly like right when the honey got introduced, I was like, damn, this is hot as fuck. I love this. This is great. And then the shrimp got in there and I was like, never mind.
But then it transitions into that scene with him at the seashore, or at the seashore, and like
The seashore.
the seashore. He's at the sea.
He went to the seashore.
Ah! He went to the shore.
shore
And he
of
bought
the
that
sea.
seashell.
Well, and then he like meets that woman with the oyster.
Oh, yeah.
And that whole sequence is
did
so.
have a
Was it even a woman though? Like it looked like a
Yeah.
little girl. Like
Yeah. It was a
It was a
woman.
young,
It-
it was a young
it,
woman.
it looked like a girl in her like early teens. Like
I really did think it looked like a 16-year-old.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Okay,
Like,
so it did it a couple angles, but then when they kissed, it definitely looked like a 20-something-year-old. And then at the beginning of the scene, if you watch it again, she looks older.
I mean,
It's just in the-
16-year-olds can look 20. I'm just getting
Yeah,
the opposite.
well,
It's
yeah.
what I mean.
But like in that one angle where you saw like when she hands him the shell and she's like, "You can take it out of my hand," and it's like shooting it from the profile of her face. She like
Yeah.
looks young. She looks like two
2
young.
years old.
Yeah, she looks like a child. And you're like, wait, why is she kissing him?
Why
now?
is this baby kissing this
yeah.
criminal?
But then it cuts away, and you're like, oh
And
wait,
he's just
she's
like
not
all
okay.
about it.
He's like bleeding on her and shit.
But that was such a good scene.
And then
That's
it
great.
cuts to like all of her friends like watching her just like lick this guy's face.
Oh yeah.
But that cut, like, there's something haunting about that sequence to me.
Oh, for sure.
There was something like in the tone of it that was just very haunting.
It's like he was fucking Satan.
Yeah,
Kind
it was
of,
like,
but, like,
there's
there was
definitely like
something-
a sinister like
But there was something ethereal and like mysterious and like grand about it as
Mm-hmm.
well. There was some kind of grandness, like an archetypal image.
Seemed
almost.
like biblical.
It felt in that way. Like it felt that like there was a grand scope to that sequence, and it was short, but like the way it cuts to her hand and there's just that one drop of blood, and then it starts to spread, and then he eats it out of her hand, and then it cuts to that close shot of his lips, and she just like licks his lips, and there's just something like
It
in
just
those
keeps on licking his lips.
lips. Yeah, and then it cuts to those women and the way they're lined up and like the way the shot's framed. Like there felt something like more like eternal or like grand about that whole sequence, and the music that was playing really set the tone. I felt like there's something about that sequence that really just like stood out to me.
Pretty much every sequence, obviously, but I mean, like all of the ones involving those characters, like the
gangster
gangster
Yakuza
and
guy.
his girlfriend, were like all fucking awesome.
no, yeah, it was great. I mean, I definitely feel like once the shrimp got introduced, it like woke something up in me.
Something ancient.
It's been there all along.
Something eternal.
Wow. I'm happy to hear that.
So,
Me too.
what a perfect way to incorporate food and sex.
Yeah, just want some shrimp dancing on my
Yeah,
on
some
my-
live
She's just-
shrimp crawling around on
But
my
what
stomach.
makes that scene is she just giggles.
Yeah.
It's like tickling her, and like I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
like put some like fucking brown sauce in there.
Wasn't he like also like eating her out as that was happening? Like I thought that was what, like the camera wasn't showing it, but like that was like where he was
I
positioned.
don't know. I wasn't paying attention to his head.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
That was what I thought was happening, and she was just like having this crazy fucking experience.
I
like,
would be giggling if there was shrimp dancing around my belly like that, and,
Yeah.
and I weren't comfortable with it.
Okay, so we might as well just talk about the egg as well now, since you know.
Yeah,
let's-
whether
yeah.
that's later on, but yeah,
it's
yeah.
still in the same vein.
If they're in the
shot,
same
yeah.
room.
Them tossing that yolk
Yeah.
back and forth.
I was just impressed by the sheer number of times they got back and forth without busting the egg. Like the actors
It
themselves.
a single
like,
shot.
Yeah. Like,
And doing
yeah.
it so passionately, like it legit looks like they're not even actors.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
like they were just like very much into that like erotic ass moment.
It's
of,
insane.
like,
And she like
spitting this egg
comes
yolk back and forth.
when the yolk breaks.
And she,
Yeah.
And it's
just, like, pours down her
incredible.
mouth.
Yeah.
And she does go, "Oh."
yeah.
she makes a noise and
I know.
it just runs. That yolk just runs down her chin.
She makes a noise.
Pleasurable.
I'm telling you.
It's good.
But yeah, no, it looks legit as fuck.
Well,
Like
they
I was like,
definitely did it.
I was like, oh, guys, they're about to do this with the yolk. This guy's a fucking freak. And then I was like, oh, wait. This guy's on to something. This is pretty fucking amazing.
Sounds like a fun game.
And like, yeah. And it's all done in one take, and I think that's the most impressive part. If they had cut, it would have been different. But the way you just watch the actors like pass it back and forth, and it doesn't cut,
Yeah.
and it comes in close, and then it pulls away, and you're like, oh my god, they've passed this back and forth like 7 times. Like, and every time they've done it, it's become more and more like.
The stakes get higher.
Yeah. And they get more into it. Like they're into it. And like you feel it.
It's
passionate.
passionate.
It gets hotter and hotter as like it keeps going back and forth.
And it's
Trying to make an omelet.
It's an incredibly interesting sequence if you think about
tongue
it. Like
omelet.
a tongue omelet.
Tonsil omelet.
And either right before
You want to play tonsil omelets with your cousin, okay?
I want a rice omelet.
Rice omelet. Also a great scene.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best of the film.
But the egg scene, the yolk scene,
Yes.
the pass, yeah, that is a strangely erotic and like great sequence.
It's pure erotica. The strange part is that you're into it. Like that everyone's like
I like
can
this.
get into this egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's such an interesting metaphor for like the egg itself represents like life and like birth and like the act of like passing that back and forth
Pretty fucking nuts.
between each other. And then like the next time you see that character, he's dying. And then he represents like the act of using like life as like and like the act of
like
life
a
as
game.
like a sexual experience and this like this like constant like back and forth, and then death is like this moment that you share that you wish you could have like you share a moment that you wish you could have shared again, and then it's like the act of like passing on, and it's all centered around food, and it's all the act of like passing life on, you know, and like I don't know it's great fucking filmmaking.
Incredible filmmaking.
It's like
really is.
fucking incredible.
Yeah, no. I mean, I liked that character a lot because it was like everything about like from the beginning monologue of the movie to like when he was dying, it was all centered around the food aspect of like his emotional relationship with food and how it like kind of like took over every part of his life, like the crinkling of crinkling of ships in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And he was like ready to kill that guy.
Every character had their like they were characterized by the aspects of food, like that they were just part of, you know.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
like his dying moment, like his dying wish was to be able to eat a boar intestine with his
his
girl.
lover, yeah.
Like,
Well, and then like the rest of the movie too, everything's centered around food, but it's all about this like collective shared experience. Like we can all identify with these different sequences, and they range from being incredibly sexual to incredibly dramatic to incredibly funny and inspiring in even parts where like it teaches you, it's all centered around food and our experiences with food, but it's also about us like being able to like learn something beyond ourselves and connect with other people, and like I mean it ultimately encompasses like the entirety of life and like what that means and how we share
it's
life
what like
with
food
people
can like really bring people together, and that's also another thing that like it reminds me of like how Anthony Bourdain would make me feel about food.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
you know, like he did that so fucking well.
Yeah.
He was all about that shit, you know?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
He's so awesome.
he is.
How do you like? Are you a Anthony Bourdain?
So to be honest, this is gonna sound like really blasphemous, like considering I've been in the service industry for like 8 years and I'm like a sous chef in like a decent restaurant in DC. But like I never got that into Anthony Bourdain. I read Kitchen Confidential. I watched various episodes of several different shows that he was a part of, but like never like a big follower or fan. Definitely like sad that he passed. I thought he was a great food writer. But just never been like a Didn't get that huge fan. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was. He had great writing and like he was entertaining as hell. But I also felt like every episode I watched of his show was like the same episode again, and like I just couldn't get into it. I mean, that's just also me. Like I don't spend a lot of time like watching TV. So yeah.
You're out there doing the real thing. It's fine.
Yeah. They're trying to get better.
Yeah. That's totally cool. I didn't mean to veer off, but yeah, he reminds me of those aspects that this film presents as well, which is awesome. It's great. Like,
oh, totally. His like life philosophy kind of embodied what the philosophy of this film is.
Yeah.
Where it's like food is this connecting like thing that we all have to take part in.
And even the way that they say, like when they're like, when they insult that guy's ramen, when they're going around like trying different ramen, and they're like, your ramen is terrible, like your lies, blah blah blah, like they're just like saying like all this shit, and they're like, oh, what's so great about your ramen? And they're like, our ramen is nothing special, we're just normal people who make normal ramen. And like that as well is another aspect that I feel like really like a lot of chefs take on. That they're just like really good food's really fucking easy.
It really is. That's honestly like a fact. Like when you try to like go too over the top, you end up like shooting yourself in the foot and like not producing something as good as it could have been. It's like really the best food I've ever had comes from just like sticking to like the fundamentals and doing things right, like taking 6 zero shortcuts.
Pepper flakes.
Yeah, I mean not necessarily like that specific, but you know like, you still cook from your heart. You don't sit there like weighing everything out and following a recipe, but like. Ultimately, it's if you follow like simple techniques and procedures and
fire extinguisher in the kitchen, okay?
Yeah. Cooking generally is pretty easy. Like,
Mom, when's the food gonna be ready, Mom?
Oh yeah. Okay, so that scene too.
Oh my god.
Where they're like trying to wake up this mother, just like, oh my god, wake up. Like, what's gonna work?
So that woman is actually suffering from what they in the movie they call karoshi, which means that they were worked to death, and many people in that time period in Japan suffered from overworking and died.
People still do in Japan. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all around that area. I mean, China as well.
Yeah.
China's even worse.
It's crazy.
China's terrible.
It's absolutely insane. Jesus Christ. Okay, that woman. Anyway, she's fucking. That's what we were talking about.
The woman dying from exhaustion. She's been worked to death.
So she's lying on the floor, fucking dying, and her husband and her kids are just like, "How do we wake her up?" I can't remember what they were saying.
He's like, "What do we do?" He goes, he like shakes her, and he's like, "Not now." He goes, "Make me dinner. Will that work?"
Yeah, go cook dinner.
And well, like before that though, he's like saying like stuff like, like. The house is on fire, like something like I can't remember what he's saying. He's not saying shit like that, but he's saying other things and it's not responding.
She's not
responding. And then he's like, "We need dinner. It's dinner time. Make dinner." And then she like just rises from the dead.
Yeah.
She's like, "I have a duty." She goes and makes dinner, and it's fucking great. And they're all just like, "Thanks, Mom." And then she passes out again
and dies,
and fucking dies.
The greatest part is like the doctor just grabs the wrist and he's like, "Oh, I'm very sorry. Time of death 922."
Well, it's like that's super Monty Python. Because like I immediately caught what they were doing right when he fucking steps out. I was like, oh my god, this guy's literally gonna fucking call time of death immediately. Like he just comes out of nowhere. Like there's just a doctor.
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny. And there's like I was gonna call her a handmaid. There's a Handmaid's Tale behind him.
The 1980s Japanese handmade.
Yeah.
Custom in every home.
But she's just a nurse, probably. Oh my lord. But yeah, oh my god, that was so funny. I loved that. Such a good way to, because that whole scene was hilarious as shit. Just because it's just like she woke up to make them dinner.
Yeah,
and then as soon as dinner serves, she just
and then
takes a look and
then she dies
like
and
gently falls over.
Well, and when she dies, the father's like, "Don't," and the girl's like, one of the daughters starts crying.
Don't stop eating.
He goes, "Don't stop eating. This is the last meal your mother ever cooked for us.
Yeah,
Eat it
like,
while it's still hot." And he's just like,
not paying attention. Everyone's just shoving it in their mouth.
And they're just like, "We have to eat it now."
Yeah, and they're all
she
like
cooked it.
crying
It's the
and
last
just
thing.
like shoveling this fried
it's
rice.
weird because it always has this endearing, charming tone to it as well. Because she like raised from the dead, made them dinner, and like
died.
Died.
Like, she made them one last dinner.
One last meal
and then
and
it
died.
ends like the Looney Tunes. It just fucking
yeah, like
random
all
transition.
these vignettes like end like this. I think even more than that.
There's like a couple weird transitions. There's like a moment when she's like asking them for help in the kitchen, and like Goro, and when Tampopo was asking Goro and Gun for help in the kitchen at the very beginning, and they're sitting in her kitchen after breakfast, and then it just like wipes. It just goes from corner to the other corner and just like wipes the screen, and then they're just training her. It just like starts training sequence.
Oh, it's so fucking comedic.
It's
the
so fun. It's like
timing
Marx Brothers.
again. It's just like. She's like, "Will you please teach me?" And like, boom, we're teaching you. It's
just
so
like, quit.
funny.
And like the movie's not short, but like it moves through its moments quickly. Like when they're over, it just fucking ends them and moves on.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's almost like classic comedy film, like the way it's edited. It's just moments. It's moving throughout these moments, and it's got a great like structure to those moments, but they really do kind of like you like forget that you're in them, but you it's all linear storyline. It's just it's,
right, yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it like it's just like it'll transition like the businessmen walking past them when they're doing the running training, and then it just follows the businessman. And then it follows the waiter, and then you get the spaghetti sequence.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
like
get
the transitions were like very fluid, or they were very abrupt. And like they
and
just
comedic
like,
in their abruptness.
Exactly.
Like they were well timed. Like if they were abrupt, they were done to effect.
Yeah,
if they weren't abrupt, they like were these incredibly like almost Python-esque like smooth transitions where it just went from one scene to another, almost like Richard Linklater's Slacker, where it just like follows people. Like the camera just picks another person up off the street, and then like that scene's over, and the next one picks up. So it kind of has a blend of both, which is. In these stylistic changes where like we go from like one of these vignettes into this like epic grand like them meeting the homeless camp and the gourmet stuff and them introducing all this food, and there's just all this dialogue, but it's like so charming and so funny and completely unexpected, and then it cuts to this silent film Charlie Chaplin-esque sequence of the Tobo and one of the homeless guys making the egg, the rice omelet, and like breaking into this building, and there's no fucking dialogue, and like it's all done like a silent film, and it's classic as fuck.
And the guy does it in like fucking 4 seconds.
Yeah,
like
but they do it on screen.
So awesome.
Yeah, and it's like and it's so whimsical, and like
and then like the music that's playing is like has changed, and then it goes back into the hobo camp, and then there's this like opera playing, and then it goes from that.
Well, it's them all harmonizing together, singing like goodbye to the sensei,
right?
And then
which is amazing.
Yeah, like it's actually like a great performance.
And then that transitions into the egg scene in the hotel room, and like they're singing over the egg scene. So there's like these complete tonal changes happening like constantly, but they're done so expertly where it's like it's sudden when it needs to, and it transitions into the next one fluidly when it needs to, but it keeps you there.
It keeps you there, and it's like playing with like how you're feeling about the movie the entire time too. Like it's just like, we're up here, we're going down here, we're going a little deeper, we're coming lighter. Like it's just so awesome.
It's just like it's like a symphony of a film.
Yeah,
like
for
there's
sure.
all like it's musical in the way, and it's kind of like cooking. So like the film stands like all the film that's about food, like and everything in the movie is like a metaphor for filmmaking. And then they draw those parallels in the very beginning, and then at certain moments throughout the movie, where like the guy's like, I'm the director in a film, and then this is how we're gonna do the ramen shop, you know, like, and that happens kind of towards the end, and then the very beginning where he's like, are you watching a film? And they keep calling attention to like the way that like cooking and film are related, and the way that like these two things are so similar, and the way that they're constructed, and it's all about learning this craft, and like. And becoming a master, and then like the people who enjoy that experience, which we watched like the half of that video on the thing where it's talking about like amateur and professional or whatever, and like people who take part in activity, but they're not paid, but they like take passion in it. That's an amateur, whereas the people who craft that experience are the professional, and that's the same as filmmaking. Like that's us. We're the amateur. We come to the film, and we have passion in the film, and we appreciate the film for what it is. But then you have on the other side the professional, the craftsperson, who masters the art of making the film and then presenting you that film. And it's the same way with cooking. You have the professional who crafts the meal for you, and you have the amateur who comes and enjoys the meal.
Yep.
Right. And I also like how he made the distinction in that little video about the difference between like an artist and a craftsman, and how like an artist creates something that can be enjoyed without any purpose, but a craftsman creates something that
with
is
purpose
with
in
a
mind.
specific purpose.
Yeah.
Behind
That's
it.
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And
I also like the jump that he made, like with explaining the word amateur as well.
Yeah.
Like how like someone kind of like the English version of the word is just like someone who's not like skilled in that, but it doesn't really explain the whole aspect of you being passionate about it and being a part of that thing, you know.
Yeah.
That you are
right, you're just not
taking-
necessarily like paid to contribute into
Exactly.
like whatever that is. Yeah.
that was very interesting, and like it made a lot of this make sense too. you
Yeah.
know?
Like defining an amateur not as someone who knows nothing and they're new to it, but someone who comes at a hobby or an activity with passion and with intention.
Yeah.
But they're not the ones crafting the experience. They're the ones consuming the experience.
Yeah, and they're like pretty much everyone like in the vignettes, and just, you know, everyone taking part of
In
like
food.
the ramen.
Yeah.
Right.
Like or in the experience of eating, or of eating in sex, or like all of these things, like the gangster is like the pure amateur, where he has full appreciation for what he's doing, and he incorporates it in this way into his life and all this stuff, but he's not the one crafting the experience. But then in a way he's a professional, because he's crafting this sexual
He made
experience
that girl
with food.
come.
Yeah, and he made her come, and he was creative with it. I've never made a girl come like that. I'm just saying.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that tooth, the dentist scene.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
I know.
All the girls in the room got uncomfortable.
Jordan as well?
She's seen it. She didn't get that uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
But I think everyone I've ever watched it with, I've only seen it one other time, but we watched it with another like group of people, and all the girls were like, "Oh god."
Yeah, so a couple uncomfortable scenes, like the turtle scene and the dentist scene, probably
The most
only,
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
most uncomfortable, probably the only uncomfortable. Really, like the egg gets a little uncomfortable, but then you get into it. And it's not so uncomfortable anymore.
It's great.
Literally, the disc uses the circle in the middle of the Blu-ray as the egg, and it's just like the picture of the two faces, like passing it between them. Like,
great.
It's like iconic.
Ping pong ball.
But the turtle scene is definitely a disclaimer. So like,
I didn't even notice that the turtle was still alive.
they stabbed him in
Like
the
I was
fucking
looking
neck.
at it as you were like, you might not want to watch this, and I was. It is literally like split second after they stabbed the
They
turtle.
actually fucking killed this turtle.
And I was like,
right
oh,
here.
okay, yeah, that's fine.
Well, Dina didn't like it.
Oh, so right after that, that little kid with the carrot. No. So the dentist scene is what we were talking about.
That's the
Yes,
dentist
yeah.
scene.
The dentist scene is like they like crack open this guy's tooth, and I guess like it releases the gangrene of like the pulp.
Yeah,
that
he has
they're
like
doing.
gangrene.
Yeah.
in his-
Yeah, you know they're doing I don't know what the fuck they're doing, root canal or whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, they like open
They're
up,
doing some fucked up
but
shit
it's
to his
infected
face.
with gangrene. It's
Yeah.
like he's like it's like rotting essentially.
Yeah, and it smells so bad. They're all trying to get air.
They open that window. That's such a funny sequence.
Yeah, it's a good comedic payoff if you are uncomfortable.
yeah.
It'll immediately like make you a little more chill.
Everybody kind of relaxed. They're like, oh, everybody's grossed out.
Yeah. But it cuts to who's the guy eating the ice cream? He's the guy from the dentist chair.
You know, like he gets out of the dentist chair and that they explain like that smelled so fucking bad. Like that's what you had. Did you not smell it? And he's like, I kind of smelled something. And they're like, well, you can eat anything now. And then it cuts to him on the bench and he's eating like a big cone of ice cream.
Yeah, well, like they tell him like it should be soft.
Yeah, eat something soft. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's like eating ice cream and then the little child walks up and it's like the cutest kid I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he's got it's the cutest kid. And then he's got
A necklace with a carrot and also like a sign,
cardboard
that says,
sign.
Yeah.
"Don't feed me sweets."
with a cake at the very bottom with an X
X.
through it.
Yeah. He only eats natural foods. His
yeah.
mother.
Yeah. And then
and that's
he
also
like
when this guy's like reads that sign. It's like, here you go, dude.
Try some ice cream.
but like how did he get like I don't know what to make of that scene.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It is strange. That
it's a
one
little
probably is the strangest of all of them.
Yeah, it feels like the
not-
most out of out of the way we've talked about the movie, like everything else feels like it was in place. Like there's a purpose for it. But that scene I can't quite place yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I know there's probably a purpose, but I need to like really figure out. I need to watch it again.
It's entertaining, you know.
Oh, it's
still,
definitely
but yeah,
funny.
you don't. We don't know quite know the meaning of it.
Like the first idea I had was like he ruined his teeth by eating bad food, and then he sees this kid who is like strictly doesn't eat that stuff, and then he like gives it to him, and he like is creating another version
Yeah.
of him
Well,
by
like
giving him the sweets.
also by order of his mother, I feel like is like a part of it as well. Like you have
Like,
this
he
little
identifies
kid
something.
that like kids like sweets, and he's just always got to like snack on this carrot that's attached to his head.
Yeah.
And this guy, like this older guy, is like, you know what? I'm gonna share my ice cream with this kid because I know that he's fucking dying to have this.
Like,
you know, and it just kind of it.
There's definitely an element of that like human experience.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
It, yeah. Of, like,
If
that
anything,
I
that's
mean,
what I would take
It's
from
like
it.
yeah, the
Connection.
shot of like the kid like going to eat the ice cream cone too is just like he looks at it like what the fuck am I looking at right now? Like he's never held ice cream in his hand before, and it's just like his first experience like going into it, and then he just starts going to town. And, like it's like a new experience.
It is. It's so good. And how about that fucking when they're all eating ramen at that place and the sensei walks in and is eating ramen and starts choking as well. And they put a
yeah.
fucking
Older guy, yeah.
vacuum down his throat.
But that whole scene is so crazy too because it's just that one shot, and it's like the two shot of the table of our heroes, and then this guy, and like they keep spying on him when he starts to eat really fast or like eat anything, and like it goes back and forth for so long, and then he starts choking, and they like stick the vacuum down his throat and do all that stuff.
Yeah, Tommy Popo just like shoves it in there, and like,
Tommy Popo.
Tommy
yeah,
Popo.
whatever. I mean, fuck off.
I love it. That's so
It's
funny.
phonetically correct.
And then he shows up in the last scene when she finally reopens.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the first customers. And he like rewards her somehow. I forget what the reward is, but he's like, for saving my life, I'm gonna give you something.
Oh,
I
wait,
didn't
who
catch
rewards
that
who?
part.
What are you talking about?
After that scene where they save him,
Oh, really?
it
I
cuts
didn't
to a
catch
scene
that.
where they were like, he was like, you saved my life, and for saving my life, I'm gonna do this. And I forget what he offers them. But that's literally the next scene right after that.
Well, damn. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I guess I missed that.
Maybe money for the interiors.
I don't know. Maybe.
I have no idea. Well, we need money.
We need a couple million yen.
You got any of that?
You should give that over. I don't think that's what happened, but I do know that scene happens next. I just don't know what he gave them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's so funny, that dream sequence too, where like you don't really catch it because everything is flowing so much. Like when they diss that guy's ramen, and then
it feels like it's like a
you
real
don't know
scene.
when it starts. Like they're like, all right, well, we're gonna come and try your normal ramen tomorrow at 10:30, and they like show up, and it's so like showdowny. It's so awesome.
And then he's like choking her. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like really scary. For
She's
a
like,
second.
wait, okay, it'll be ready in a second. He's like, don't fuck with me. Like, give me that goddamn ramen. We got a deal.
An agreement.
And then like they're like all fighting each other and shit, and then he's like choking her out and like
Yeah,
next to the boiling pot, and
Yeah.
then she just fucking wakes up screaming. And you're like, oh shit, that was a dream.
Yeah, that was a dream of her like fucking overcooking the broth.
And
And
she
then she
wakes up
overcooks.
and she's overcooking the broth.
Yeah. Oh my
so
god.
good.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. I love that. Holy shit.
So
The
this
woman in the grocery store too. I just have to keep on mentioning these vignettes as
Yeah.
well as I remember them. That one was super weird as well.
was fucking great though. It was so
But it's
funny.
It's hilarious.
I thought it was
shit.
so funny how like he's like stalking this woman and he finally like gets to her and he's carrying a fly swatter.
Yeah. It's like, ah.
And he like hits her in the hand and is just like got this look on his
he's
face like
so happy.
I finally got her.
Yeah, and that's all he does, and then it just like cuts out of the scene, and then we go to the scene of like the old man and the shady business broker in the restaurant, and the old man turns out to be like a con artist, pickpocket, and he gets arrested, and like he's just like, let me have one more of this, you know, and like that whole sequence. And and that's how it transitions into the wife dying, because it like follows the guy on the street running past them. Like this movie's so fucking clever, man. It just
really
like,
is.
flows so well.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so insane. Also, can we just talk about how fucking beautiful and cute and charming Tampopo is?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please.
It's so awesome. And then also Goro as well, just like changing, like becoming like he like pretty much starts off as Japanese Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And he becomes kind of like a John Wayne type, and then he becomes this completely other character. He becomes Goro.
Yeah.
Like, he's Goro. Like,
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love like him getting angry at the other people being like, oh,
They call her
Tampopo's
Mousy.
Mousy and frumpy.
Yeah,
He's
he's like,
you
"Oh."
asshole.
so I think she's pretty.
You're just in love with her. That's why you think she's pretty.
He's like, oh. But that whole scene where they like reveal her to him and she's in the chef's clothes,
Yes.
and it's so well shot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And then the guy comes up with the fucking towel, and like that transition is seamless. Like I
So
don't know.
they go, look number 2.
Yeah, and then they,
It's like-
they just shake the thing in front of the camera, and that transition is seamless. That cut was perfect. I can't tell where it was. Like they did a great job, and then it just her dressed so fucking great.
Like 1980s.
And that music,
polka dot,
yeah,
like shit.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like a Wong Kar Wai movie or something.
Yeah, it's like,
like
how do I look now?
Yeah.
You look
Yeah.
hard to talk to.
yeah, and that music just changed, and she's like, "Let's go out together," and it's so fucking charming. This whole movie is charming.
It's
Yeah.
super fucking
Yeah.
charming.
It's like the optimal word to describe it.
It's so charming, and it's just such a fucking adventure where you're rooting for Tampopo the whole time as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that you can forget, like, honestly, like I just did, talking about this movie, because it's so many things, but, like, at the root of it, it's about Tampopo, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, her journey through trying to make this ramen and, like, just become an artist.
Yeah, and in a
And
way, it's
to
like
master her craft.
In a way, it's kind of like a coming of age tale.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And like all of that shit is so like it just elevates the film
Totally.
so much.
It gives it this like emotional center, this like core to it that's just so happy. Like I think it's like it's kind of funny that we were talking about like RuPaul earlier, and like how we were describing it to Michael as being this like incredibly positive message. At the center of Tampopo, there's that same kind of feeling. There's that like incredibly positive, like if you work hard enough, if you surround yourself with like your closest friends with like honest people, then you can do whatever you set your mind to. And there's something about that's so endearing. And then like the casting and like obviously the performances and the style of the film, like everything lends itself to that feeling.
Yeah.
But that's at the core of the movie.
Yeah, that is like the main just tone that you should feel like a fucking.
No, it's very
emanating
uplifting
from this movie.
Yeah. I mean, it has like a very positive message, and basically the message at the end of the day is like just work really hard and accept people, and like don't try and float on your laurels, like actually do the work and have passion for what you're doing. And like there's something about that that's just so pure, you know, that's what this movie feels like to me. It's very pure. Like there's love in the film, and there's love in the way that like, and it teaches you to do that. Like he's teaching her to love making ramen and to love cooking and preparing that and to love
so
he's teaching her like more than just to love the food, but also to love the experience of serving a customer her ramen. And like the whole like how he gets onto her about like now look at him while he's looking away. Now you can really like size the guy up and find out what he's expecting out of the experience.
Yeah,
just like how he's acting. It's about like catering to the customer as well, and like creating an experience that people want to come back for.
Yeah, exactly. Sizing up a customer, you know.
Remembering what they ordered and what they like. Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, it's about like how it presents to people and about interacting with people and like being part of the world. And it's not just about perfecting the craft. It's about perfecting the craft in a way that like presents itself well to the world and belongs in the world. And like, there's something about that doesn't seem to be in other films, that seems to like to be unique to this movie and to some other great movies. Like All That Jazz kind of has that to me, like that character for all these other themes in that movie and for all his other flaws, at the core of him, he wants to make the best show. He wants to make the best like experience for the viewer. And like it's that like passion and that kind of emotion behind.
And even in that film, like there's no like there are like some depressing themes, but for the most part, like that main character has a really good life,
and it's charming,
you know, and it's charming as shit.
Yeah, like there's something to that mindset of being like passionate about what you're working with and like what you're working on, and like incorporating that into like not only the hobby itself but into life in general. And like this movie like exemplifies that by like showing you all these different ways in which we all kind of interact with this thing, with food
and film
and film. Like in film takes that role, and like this movie's very aware of that. So it's all about like that, like how we consume things, and like how we consume things doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's this all-encompassing like life experience. It's life and death, it's sex, it's everything, you know.
It's fashion, it's the future.
Yeah. It's the world at large.
I was just trying to channel RuPaul. I didn't know.
Well, I think that's a metaphor for ants.
That was very well put. I love that. It is very much that exact thing that you just said. It's fantastic. I love this film so much. I'm sure we all fucking enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
Gorgeous. I loved it so much.
It's going in the top 10.
Yes. Have you seen any other films that
Juno Ito or Itome or whatever his name is?
Yeah, have you seen anything else that he's made?
I haven't. So let's go back. I'm gonna pull this up I'm gonna do this live.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We can
Juzo
do whatever we want to.
So he did a movie called A Taxi Woman and The Funeral, and it looks like he did the 1990 version of Tales of a Golden Geisha. So looks to me like I've
It's
not
about
seen
a chocolate bar.
not seen any of his movies.
It's a good thing I know what all of these are.
I've not seen any of his films. He did another movie called Tampopo seems to be a short film that he did. And then he redid in 1985, but he did it originally in 1962. It looks
Really?
Yeah, it looks like a short.
I would like to see that.
And it's called Gomu de Pupu.
My lord.
Huh.
We gotta get our hands on that.
Yeah, I gotta look for that. It might be on the
It
Blu-ray.
might be on the,
Yeah, probably
on the Criterion.
It's
we watched
Criterion
this on the
collection after all.
Criterion, so we had supplements. So I'm sure I haven't gone through all of them.
Yeah,
but like
it
he's
very
done
well could be.
He's done like 10 other movies, like 9 or 10 other movies,
Nice.
and I've not seen any of them. I would like to. I might look into what some of his other great movies are. I didn't even know what Tampopo was, or like how it stood in the view of world cinema. When I bought it, I loved the cover art. I'm a subscriber to Criterion, so I get their monthly newsletter, and each month they announce their new titles. So when this came out, I saw that cover and I was like, that looks fucking great.
Yeah.
And so it's modern technology now, so I can click on the link when I look at it in my email and go to their website, and then they have the trailer posted, and I watched the trailer and I was just like, that's a movie I want to watch. That looks so fucking great.
Hell yeah.
And I just kind of bought it on a whim during a Barnes & Noble 50% off sale. I was just like, I want to get Tampopo. I want to see it. I'm going to buy a couple of these movies while they're cheap. So I ended up buying it, and it was like one of the best. It's obviously one of the best. I did that with All That Jazz as well. It's the same thing. And it's one of the best like impulse buys I'll ever have. And like I try to make my impulse buys based on that. Like if I see that trailer and I'm like, that looks like something I want to fucking watch.
Yeah.
I'll try and do that. And that's been the best movies I've ever gotten.
So like in the realm of our podcast, like what movies we've done, this movie pretty much fits right in the middle of All That Jazz and Putney Swope, I feel like.
Yeah, kind of.
like it's got that Robert Downey Sr. weird, like it's not quite Mel Brooks. I feel like it really is more towards like that Robert Downey Sr. stuff. It's not as dark.
Because Downey Sr.'s like right in the middle of Mel Brooks and Monty Python.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie kind of has. It strikes this weird balance between like a Mel Brooks humor and a Monty Python humor. And the Monty Python in the way where it gets deep, but then it like breaks that tension really well, and it has these like fluid transitions.
Makes
but
it
then
silly.
Yeah, but then Mel Brooks really makes it silly. So like there's also like a Charlie Chaplin influence. There's obviously a John Wayne, Clint Eastwood influence. There's like
Lots of ingredients.
there's lots of ingredients, and it's like
That's what makes good ramen.
it's like making a ramen dish. The movie itself is like a concoction of it's a recipe.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
That's a great analogy.
But yeah, but it is like kind of like Putney Swope. And what's funny is our Putney Swope was a Criterion thing, and All That Jazz was a Criterion thing, and I acquired all 3 of those movies based on kind of impulse buys. Putney Swope Ben showed me when we were in college, so not quite as much, but
I really want to watch Putney Swope again. Michael, you have not seen Putney Swope.
Of course not. Yeah, I think
You
it's safe
need
to
to watch
assume.
that goddamn film. It's incredible.
we'll watch it while you're here.
We're gonna watch every goddamn movie.
You're gonna spend a week watching movies.
You're not going to spend the whole week watching movies, but there are a couple movies I'm going to make you watch. I know you're staying in my house a couple of nights.
That's true. Might as well.
There's a good chance. Then.
But all right. Do you guys want to say anything else? I think that was a fantastic conversation. Made me love the film even more, honestly.
Like I really like that conversation. I think that all I want to say is like this is our first real big like themed like series that we're doing, and we've got more planned, obviously. But I hope that people enjoy what we're doing here, and I hope to refine it even more with you. I think that this particular movie was a great inclusion.
Oh, it was it was the first pick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was
the reason.
It was the foundation of the theme. We picked all the other movies around the theme of this.
Yeah. I like doing the themes as well. But
and I like
hopefully-
listening to these things.
hopefully our audience can connect, and if you can, please let us know. We have an Instagram, Coming of
Twitter.
Age Pod.
At Coming of Age Pod _, is the Twitter.
Yeah, is the Twitter, and you can tweet at us, and you can retweet our bullshit, and you can see us on YouTube and SoundCloud. We're also on Apple and on Stitcher.
And we have a Facebook now, and you can communicate with us on that as well. So you can find us on most platforms.
So just find us on one.
Yeah. and please just stick to that one.
Don't go spreading across the fucking board.
Honestly, if you guys could just all go to Apple, we could really appreciate it. Just like gain this.
Well,
from
you
Apple.
know, it's fun to see some other things. You know, you gotta
Yeah.
get some interaction. in
Follow the
world.
YouTube because we're gonna make some fun videos in a little while. But like, there's gonna be fun stuff happening in the future. But if you're gonna listen to this podcast, we want our metrics on the Apple.
Fucking puke in the mic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's because what I'm saying is garbage. Okay. Because everything about the fucking social
Podcast.
media bullshit is garbage.
It
and like
is.
we have to do it because we're mom and pop bullshit. No one's gonna listen unless we fucking promote.
hey,
But I hate
we're on
it.
everything. Fuck you.
Can you not just fucking listen to us? Just listen and tell your friends.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry.
Well, Michael, thank you for being on the podcast.
Definitely.
Chase,
Repeat.
Such a
that.
terrible movie.
repeat everything I just said.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you
Oh, you're very welcome.
for being on the goddamn podcast.
Although you can call me Big Sugar.
Oh, Big Sugar. Thank you. We can't wait to have you back.
You're a 24-year-old person. I'm not calling you Big Sugar.
What the? that is neither here nor there on the Big Sugar nickname calling.
All right, Big Sugar.
I'm just going to roll with this one.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Coming of Age Podcast, everyone.
Thank you. Thank
And we're going to get out of here. So, yeah, I hope you make it
you. Yeah.
in life.
Thank you.
Make it. Bye.
Fuck you.